What is going on to you Sagittarius out there? Hope y'all are having a great day. Listen, listen. There's a link in the comment section below called a Linktree link. Click on it. It will redirect you to a website which has all the ways to be able to financially support the channel so I can most definitely keep the channel going. I just want to say thank you. Shout outs to everybody that showed me some love, came through, liked the video as well. Liking the video definitely does help the algorithm. So so I can grow this YouTube channel. You know how YouTube is, you know what I'm saying? Like I said before, you know how YouTube is. But anyway, let's get into it for you Sagittarius. So you have the Seven of Pentacles, the Seven of Cups, and then you have the Two of Swords. So look, these three cards right here for you Sagittarius is about how you Sagittarius ultimately have to just think about you Sagittarius ultimately have to just think about how it is that people have essentially tried to make you into kind of like the mule, right? Blamed you and stuff like this for all their shortcomings. And you know what these cards are saying is that it's time for you to essentially alleviate or free yourself from that. You know, this is why it is that I say so many times that ultimately at some point everybody got to stop playing a game, right? Because like you see it online how it is that so many people talk about getting over on other people and they don't seem to this is what I mean when I say that you got a lot of individuals, right, on the Seven of Pentacles stuff where it's like you have a lot of individuals reading The Art of War, reading 48 Laws of Power in these books, right? Trying to play chess, right? And thinking that they're making chess moves with a person. But in actuality, they're really supplementing their own self-destruction. The reason why it is that I'm saying that is because the best people who know how to manipulate in the world, they understand two things. They understand who to go after, right? And they understand that you can't run this, you can't manipulate, you can't, how do I say, you can't keep manipulating. At some point, you're going to have to stop playing because manipulation is only a short-term thing. Surprise, surprise. If you keep doing manipulation so much, what happens is you actually create more problems that come out of the manipulation. Because the manipulation, like I said before, is just to get to short-term goal, A to B. It's not meant to get to A to Z. So you have these generations where you had both sides trying to run game on each other. 2024, this is where it is that we are right now. Because of the fact that there's so many people trying to run game on each other without realizing that, you know, without realizing that, you know, you making everything about finances and trying to get over on the other person is only ruining their own value. And that's exactly what's going on right here. You've been the scapegoat, ironically, right? Because Capricorn usually gets that nickname. But a lot of you Sagittarius have been the scapegoat for other people's frustrations, angers, you know, shortcomings. And, you know, because of it, it's really made a lot of people look really crazy. It's made people look really, it's made people look really dysfunctional because it's like, at what point is it that people learn to grow up? See, this is why it is that I keep saying this, right? And I hope YouTube don't hit me for this and stuff like this, but you know, I gotta be 100. Your ability to suffer is your superpower. It's what creates the value. Your ability to suffer and still solve problems and still bring value to the table is the height of value. Trying to be in excessive comfort over comfort ruins one value. Show and prove. Because a person who is so comfortable trying to gain excess comfortability off of other people is called living off of another person, which makes them a parasite. Because a parasite does not do anything but live and feed off of other people's hard work or their existence. by definition what a parasite is. So the Seven of Cups and the Two of Swords now is about how, so a lot of you Sagittarius have been essentially shaking those parasites off, right? You've been shaking them off because the Seven of Cups is about them, those people making you the source of their problems. They're living in a glass house. And that glass house is, you know what I'm saying? That glass house is right next to a lake of quicksand. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? They're just like, they don't understand that, making you the source of their problems is not going to work. It's not going to help upgrade the source of their life. Everybody has to pitch in and be an active member in their own life in order to do that. Being a bystander in their own life is not how it works. Demanding something from another person or trying to scapegoat another person, that's not how it is that it's going to work. Because now the Two of Swords represents, and the reason why some of these people are like this is because of the fact that they refuse to take a look at their own life. Well, that's their problem, Sagittarius. You don't have to date them. Which brings me to the next thing that I want to say. Because the Magician and the Six of Swords is about you deciding to not be with them. You shouldn't have to be, what I would suggest is not to be with anybody that's going to make you the source of all of their problems. Like, it's one thing if the things that they're saying would be true, right? Then there is no disputing that. But it's another thing if they're trying to make you the source of their problems and that's not really true, and they're just trying to make you the source of their problems. That's a real issue. That's a real issue. Because the reason why it is, and I'm saying that it's a serious issue, is because, to blame someone else as the source of their problems, that's what it is that you would call a victim. Because, and this is why victimhood is so like powerful now. It's so much, I ain't even gonna say it's powerful really, but that's why being a victim, I wouldn't even say that it's powerful, because victims don't actually feel powerful. Victims know that their power has been stripped away from them. They actually feel disempowered. Real victims do. But that's why it is that in the modern day era, victimhood is so popular now. It's because people want to alleviate themselves from responsibility while gaining something, right? Because if you are contributing to the downfall of a relationship, it would require you to actually learn from your mistakes and go, yeah, I did this. That's another thing. That's another thing too that makes a person valuable. It's like I said before, and I've been saying it since 2022. It is the idea that a person has to learn to stop trying to be seen as the hero all the time. Because trying to virtue signal and trying to show everybody that you're good all the time in on itself is a real problem. Because this is a part of why the modern day relationships are so dysfunctional, Sagittarius, is because you have so many people virtue signaling. Everybody wants to be the hero of the story. And it's like, stop trying to be the hero. Just stop trying to be the hero. Stop trying to be the villain. Stop terming or stop using that level of terminology. Just keep it 1,000%. Be honest with oneself. It's not about the hero. It's not about the villain of the story. It's not about playing these stupid roles. It's about learning from said mistakes and then actually correcting those mistakes and being better as time go on. It doesn't have anything to do with the extremes. You got it on one hand, it's the extreme of the villain. On the other hand, it's the extreme of the hero. You want to get cheers and praises and validation. Or on the other hand, a person has to, like in the middle, you have something called the anti-hero, where it's the person who lives to tell the tale, survives to tell the tale. The hero sacrifices themselves. And a lot of the times the hero sacrifice themselves because they exist so much on a moral high ground. There's other ways that they could survive and tell the tale, right? But at the same time, they're so caught up with, them wanting to have validation from other people to the point where they will unnecessarily sacrifice themselves for something that they could have lived to tell the tale about. So what does this have to do with you, Sagittarius? Well, I'm saying this to say that now that you, Sagittarius, are learning how to operate on a higher level, the anti-hero is the order of the day. Like, we're not talking about not being in relationships and giving something to another person, right? Because too often times, right, when I talk about how it is that relationships are 50-50, people take it personally. People will be like, oh, well, what is it that you're saying, or whatnot. Like, people, again, take it to the extreme and they make it seem like because I'm saying a relationship takes two and both people need to put in effort consistently to a relationship in order to make it work, they make it seem like, oh, I'm not going to do anything for the other person. And it's like, this is what I'm talking about. This speaks to the psychology or how other people think, and it speaks to their potentially some of their experiences. Because I never said anything about me being in a relationship with somebody and never doing anything for them. You understand what I'm saying? Going up to the cashier and like we both have something. Or like we both have something, or whatever the case may be, on the cashier's desk, right? To the cashier, and I put something on it, and they put something on it that they want to buy, and me, me being that transactional, me being transactional at all, and being like, oh, we need to. It's like, I'm not saying all that. I'm saying every now and again I'll be like, I got it. When I want to be generous and charitable, when I want to be like, all right, I got it. But for the most part, like I said before, the 50-50 thing comes from a matter of I want to see effort from an individual who has been trained at a very young age to not show me any kind of effort. Because honestly, that's the majority of what it is that I see. Shout outs to the people that do show me effort. Shout outs to y'all. Y'all know who y'all are. But that's the majority of what it is that I see. I see nothing. For the majority is wasting a person's time and looking towards other people to do something for you while blaming the other person for their shortcomings. You have people who are so dysfunctional and lazy and dysfunctional and easily broken, Sagittarius, they don't even feel like they should give you a chance when it comes to contacting you first. They feel like even that's too much of a burden. And why that's important in the first place is because of the Six of Swords. It's going to take two. It's a team effort in order to build a relationship. That's why I keep saying that it's 50-50. This is why I'm saying that all relationships that are functional are 50-50. There is no other form of relationship that exists. That's not why. Because a successful husband and wife, that wife is making sure that husband is in order. Guess what that is? That's effort. That husband is making sure that everything is good in the house. They are both actively giving effort into a relationship to make that work, which makes that 50-50. There is no other form of relationship otherwise. Factually, there is no other form of relationship otherwise. That's not a relationship. If a person has to spend for it, that's not a relationship. That's not a functional relationship. That's a parasocial one. That's a transaction. The only form of relationships that work, I could show and prove this. The only form of relationships that work, that actually works, is 50-50. Because an example of this, yesterday I went ahead, like, finally paid for the vet for the dog, right? I paid for it. Guess what? My mom's gonna take the dog to the vet. It came out of my pocket. I was happy to do it. I've been wanting to pay for it for months. It was just too cold outside, and I never really had a chance because it was too cold outside. Boom. Now that the weather's starting to get a little bit warmer because it's springtime, boom, I went ahead and paid for it. My mom volunteered to go ahead and take the dog to the vet. That's 50-50. Both of us are putting in an effort in on that. And we're not counting. It's crazy to see how people act like they don't understand what this is. They try to, going back to the beginning, they tried to make it seem like they don't understand what that is, and like other relationships can function based upon that. It's like, so this side is telling you, Sagittarius, you're going to be the source of their problems. They're not going to give you what you want. They're going to look to you as the villain of every story, and you, Sagittarius, are going to be with them. The moon and the strength represents, if anyone shows you how dysfunctional they are, you're going to have to ghost them. And you have ghosted anyone that has shown you how dysfunctional they are. That's why your life is so drama-free now, because the Six of Wands and the Two of Cups represents, now you, Sagittarius, are officially the Seven of Wands. Other people have to put in an effort. However, the Six of Wands and the Two of Cups, you, Sagittarius, are not going to hang around anybody that does not put in an effort. Now your life is open to finding someone that is more compatible than you are. That is more compatible to a relationship than the ones that you have experienced, is what I'm trying to say. Because sometimes I be talking to the end of the conversation, and sometimes I don't be making sense because I be talking to the end of the conversation because I know what I'll be trying to say. Anyway, the point is that you, Sagittarius, right, y'all are now open to find someone who is compatible with you so that you and them can actually get along. You hanging out with these bums, with these losers, these idiots, because anybody who doesn't understand that 50-50 relationships are the only relationship that works, if they don't get that, and then they keep on that, they're a moron. Because any sane, show and prove, because any sane adult, Sagittarius, any sane adult understands, I can't just be in a relationship with a person and want them to only give to me and I don't give anything back. That doesn't even sound logical. That is irrational. That doesn't even sound like a person has common sense if that's the way that they perceive the world, where they can exist in a way where they can blame someone else, even people that they don't even know, for their actions and how their life turned out. That in on itself speaks to a mental illness that they have and their dysfunctions that they have. That doesn't even sound like they're sane. Let's clarify the Six of Wands. And what makes it worse, before I get up on out of here, what makes it worse is the fact that people really go out and try this type of cartoon antics. Like, only a crazy person who really is losing touch with reality doesn't understand that if they're going to come up with a manipulation tactic, at least it has to look normal. It has to look like it's making sense, right? It has to sound like it's making sense. It has to look like it's making sense, right? To lure people in it, to actually get people to be caught up in it. They're telling you, Sagittarius, and they're showing you, Sagittarius, that they are going to blame you for the source of their problems, as if you, Sagittarius, were a part of their life, their whole life. And the mere fact that they don't think that there's something off about that. So to clarify the Six of Wands, you have the Devil, the Sun, the Magician, the the Six of Wands, excuse me, and the Moon. Sometimes these Roman numerals, yo. Anyway, so the Devil, the Sun, and the Magician right here for you, Sagittarius. This really is about, you have to watch how people move, right? Because they will blame you for stuff. This is, in the state of the world, this is where we are. And really things ramp up in the dysfunction when it's about to end. When dysfunction is about to end, it ramps itself up as a one last hoorah. So the Sun represents your home free. You, Sagittarius, all of this nonsensical BS is coming to an end. People playing games, trying to act like there's so much. A lot of that stuff is coming to an end. It was a trend in a short-term sense because the natural default of the entire planet is 50-50. A lioness goes out and risks their lives or life to go out there and provide food for the entire pride. Oh, the lions don't do anything. Factually, they do. The lions are, number one, the lions are nocturnal. The male lions are nocturnal. They go out, not the lioness. The lioness hunts during the day, keeps the entire pride fed, themselves and the lions fed. The lions at night protect the pride, ward the hyenas off, okay? And make sure that the numbers in the pride stay up. So both of them are contributing. So animals understand that, and they don't dispute these things. But us as humans are supposed to be so intelligent, but yet we spend so much of our time being goofy. So the Six of Wands and the Moon now is about how, so for you, Sagittarius, you have to also understand, don't waste your time on anybody that will even dispute that. Anybody that doesn't provide, that doesn't give back, it's a dub.